everybody, it's Emily from Naptime Creations, and today we're going to do something a little bit different than normal. Normally I share sewing posts this time every week, but tonight we're going to do a fun post where I'm going to show you all of the lawn games and activities that we do during our family reunion slash family game weekend every year. It's kind of an annual event, and we've played a lot of the same games throughout the year, and they're okay. All right, so hopefully the internet hangs in with us. We might have some internet issues, but I'm hoping that we can make it through tonight's post with doing this. So anyway, we're going to show off the games. We've got everything spread out to show you and things set up. And we're going to, take some time to explain the rules. I've also put all the links to where you can buy these games if you would like to purchase them. Many of ours are homemade, and you can definitely make them yourself. But you can also purchase them, and I've included the Amazon links. I've also included links to where on the blog that I've shown and talked about these in like picture form and given some descriptions of how to make your own. So you can choose what you want to do or just watch and enjoy. So first I'll just show you a couple things we did this year which was new, and that was we made team shirts. So I made all the shirts the same on the front, and then on the back we did like our own team logo, or just made our own with our partner. So we play with our spouses, and then it's a really fun adult time. So this is what we make our game board, super professional looking, but my maiden name and my parents' name is Schrader, so we call it the Schraderville Games every year. And then these are the games that I'm going to show you tonight, plus a couple others that our friends. So we have like the golf ball toss. You've probably seen that one. We have large Jenga. We have Bocce Ball. This was a running challenge. We didn't do this one because our balloon launcher broke. We have Yahtzee, large Yahtzee. We played a volleyball game in the pool, and we did a beanbag toss. So I'm going to show you these plus a couple others, and we make this little grid. So we show like the everyone plays everyone. So there's my parents, and then there's 4 siblings in my family. And so we match up where everyone plays everyone. So you play 4 games of all the events, and then we take the winners, and we count up all the points. So this year, my husband and I were the winners, which is the first time in 8 years. So that was really exciting for us to be able to have won and be able to do it. So the 2-year-old is having a major meltdown, but we'll see if we can continue with that. So anyway, so yeah, this is our grading board, and then we also run a game for the cousins because they don't want to be left out, and they play a couple games. So carpet ball, which we have on the pool deck, and then Kerplunk, which we're going to show you tonight, washer toss, which we're also going to show you tonight. They didn't get to their croquet game. We had a sponge race. We did some biking, and then they bashed up ice chunks, which I have in one of those posts listed for you in the description. Super fun game. You just hide some prizes or some money and some ice chunks, and then give kids hammers, and they can bang them up. And actually, it takes a long time for them to be able to get out all the things that we've put in there. So that's a really fun activity and a super easy one to prepare. But tonight we're going to show you the Kerplunk game and the washer toss. And then we're going to show you some of the games on here. So, we're going to go with that. So first we're going to move over to the Kerplunk game, where Max and I are going to demonstrate kind of how it works. So what you will need for this one, I have yet to find a source to purchase a large Kerplunk game, but this is just some fencing wire with some chicken wire wrapped around it because it needs a place for these dowels to go through. So you need between 50 and 60 dowels, and so you create a circle with the fencing, and then you wrap it around with the chicken wire so you have smaller holes. And then we just put all of the dowels through, and what you want to try to do is fill in all of the holes so that the balls will not fall through. And the balls are just ball pit balls. You can buy those on Amazon, or I think you can even buy bags of them at Walmart. It's pretty easy to find, and we're going to pour these on top. So if you've played Kerplunk, you know the general object of the game. It's to pull out sticks and not have the balls fall through. So we're going to finish putting these in. I just wanted to show you how they slide through, so we left a few to do. And then Max is going to dump the bucket of balls on the top, and hopefully we filled in all the holes so that we don't have any fall through. Right, buddy? All right, so let's see if we did a good job placing the dowels. And we did. So this is what you want to do, and then you take turns pulling out the sticks one at a time. And if a ball falls through, the way we play it is this: if a ball falls, you don't get to keep that stick. So every time you pull and a ball drops, you don't get to keep that stick. So of course then at the end, the person with the most sticks wins. You can also count the balls that drop for each person. That's a way to determine if you want to have a winner or a loser. But because we can't get to the balls that are in the cage, that's the easiest way for us to do it. So, all right, Max, go ahead. Let's pull a stick. Okay, we're going to do this quick, buddy. Lightning round. Go. My turn. Go. 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 Oh. Oh, so then Max wouldn't get, he could put that stick over in the other pile, and that one wouldn't get to be kept. Oh. Throw the stick over. Oh. Okay, so we're not, okay, all right, again, we're trying to work through some connection issues, so hopefully you'll bear with us if there's pauses in the feed, but we'll do our best to come back on. If I do lose you, I'll start a new video on the Naptime Creations Facebook, so make sure you go over there and follow, and then you'll be able to find when I start again if I lose you, but hopefully we'll just have some pauses and no losses. So we're going to move on from this game. You saw the general idea: pull the sticks, the balls fall down. It's a great game. So what I'm going to have the boys do is pull out all the sticks, because we actually have used these sticks to make a pickup sticks game, large pickup sticks game, which we'll demonstrate for you in a moment. But while they're pulling the sticks, I'm going to come over here and show you our large Jenga game that we've also created. Okay, so this is our large size Jenga game, and it doesn't look very big right now, but usually when you're building, the stacks get at least as tall as I am, if not taller. So it does get really, really tall. So I wouldn't want to start out with it any taller. But what we've done is my brother actually made from 2x4s the Jenga bricks, and this box that they go in, which is also the mold to set them up in. So we're going to start this game. And actually we've had some epic battles with the Jenga, where probably like 45-minute long battles going up where every brick is used that can possibly be used. It's been pretty fun. So we're going to get this started, and then we'll go do the pickup sticks, and we'll come back and we'll see maybe there's some progress. I have some helpers here who are going to play the game a little bit. So this is the mold that creates the shape, and also for storage. And then it's just played like regular Jenga. Okay, I got it. Regular Jenga, where you take turns pulling. So the basic rules are you can't pull from the top 3 complete rows, but everything else is fair game. So you can choose middle bricks or the side bricks, and you just kind of feel around until you get something that's a little bit loose. So again, if you're watching and you'd like to be able to come back and start this. So, yep. Again, I was just about to say, if you are watching this and you want to be able to come back and check out the rules to these games later, or find the links that I've listed for the Amazon games, go ahead and hit share, and that will save it to your timeline, which will give you the ability to come back and watch it anytime you want. So I'd love for you to do that, which helps more people to see it, and also is a way for you to be able to come back and rewatch it, or just check out the links anytime that you want. So it's like a save button, essentially. Okay, so Max, you want to go first? Can you pull out a, remember not the top. Find a loose one. Keep testing them. There you go. And then just like the small version, you have to alternate. So this row went this way, the next row will go the opposite way. Okay? And you can make up family rules if you want about whether you can place in the center or whether you have to start on the side. We're pretty competitive, so sometimes we have to make up rules for everything before we start. So Jack's going to go and try to pull one and put it in. Okay? Of course, the object of the game is not to knock it over. So if you can be gentle. Okay, so we've moved away from Jenga, and we'll come back to it. I've got my dad making the tower nice and tall, so you can see. But the next thing we're going to show you is these are the same sticks we used to make the Kerplunk game that we've used to make a pickup stick game. And so what we've done is we've color-coded the ends for different points. So there are only a couple, maybe how many red ones do we have? 3 red ones? 4. 4 red ones. Oh, there's the other one. And then we had a few blues, a few greens, and lots of pinks. So I'm going to be putting up a blog post with this specifically in a few weeks. But for now, it's easy. You just spray paint the ends of the dowels, and then you have a super fun...
On.
Okay. All right. You guys cannot roll while I do this. First, I think okay. Okay. I'm so sorry for the pauses. Thank you for those of you who are sticking with me. I really appreciate it. Okay, so we've got the pickup sticks, and when we're paused, what does it look like? If someone could let me know, can you hear us discussing that it's paused and we can't see anything, or is it a blank screen for you? Does anyone want to answer that question for me? Because I'm not watching this, so I don't know what it looks like. So any feedback is greatly appreciated, and we really appreciate you sticking with us. Okay, we're going to try this on a little bit higher ground. We're having data connection issues. So we're going to move on to the pool deck. And no jumping in the pool, okay guys? We tried this on the grass, and it's really too soft. You move too many sticks, since the point of the game is to not move any sticks but the one you're picking up. So what you want to do is just put them together, and then we let them fall however they fall. And then for pickup sticks, the point is to pick up each one individually and not bump any others while you're doing it. So Jack, you want to grab a stick? Yes. Did you move others?
Yes.
Okay, Max, you want to try it? So it takes a while. It's a little bit tricky. If you want to be more lenient, if you have younger kids, you should definitely not be as picky about each one that you touch. But you're just going to try to pick them up carefully and not move the other sticks. So when we were on the grass, it was too bouncy, and they kept picking up. So I'll see if I can... Oh, I moved that one, huh? Let's see, is there one we can get? Sometimes we had to set it down and try again, but if I can get out the bottom one. All right, Jack, what one can you grab? What about that green one over there on the edge? Is that touching anything? Yeah.
Yeah.
You slide it out. Okay, anyone who lives in the country can probably understand that the data connection isn't great. We're at my parents' house out in the country, and the Wi-Fi isn't great, the data isn't great, but we're trying to make this work. So hopefully we can keep going. So anyway, with the pickup sticks, again, the point is to slide them out. The younger the kids, the more I would not make a big deal about little movements and just be worried about major shifts. Also, the thicker the dowel, if you had, the less bounce, because you can see these are pretty bouncy, which will create more movement as you're pulling them out. So if you wanted to get thicker ones, it would be different. You could also play with more or less depending on what you wanted, and then we would just add up the score at the end because we've color-coded the end. So let's check in with Jenga real quick, and then we're going to go down and see how the Okay, so this is how tall we're getting, and you can see we still have a few can anything be pulled out?
Only the top 3 layers.
Only the top 3 layers. So you have to kind of decide. We try to decide if we would then go to be able to pull these layers out, or if we were just done. So, whoa, it's getting really wobbly. Don't let it fall on you. So we've done it where there's nothing else you can pull out. This would be like the full game. And then, Jack, do you want to knock it over? Not towards me. It's kind of a fun event when it finally falls.
Look how Max coming down. I come down on you, Max.
I don't care.
It would hurt your toes.
Can you get one, Jack?
So you can keep going higher than the 3 rows at the top if you want to leave those to last.
You only...
Okay, all right, let's just knock this down. Oh, Max, you're going to do it? Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Bad idea. Well, so again, you have to create your family rules as to what's acceptable and what's not. Like how many blocks can you touch at one time? Can you only touch the block you're pulling? Can you support with other blocks? As you play, you kind of figure out what you want to have for rules and what you don't. The rules will be a little different than with small Jenga just because of the large size. So this has been fun. The games last a long time. Very good if you're competitive, but hopefully if you're good competitive, so it doesn't get too serious. So down here we have our large Yahtzee game, which again my brother made the dice, and I made a whiteboard scorecard, which is super easy. You just take a whiteboard, and if you use a Sharpie on here, these don't rub off, and then you use a whiteboard marker to keep the score, and so you can just erase and play again. So if you have a Yahtzee scorecard, you can just copy. If not, you can Google and find an image of it and then copy. So we're going for, again, the numbers and then the specialty rolls on the bottom. So let's go ahead and watch this roll. Looks like Ellen's going for 5s. Oh, full house.
Full house. And you already have that.
We just used a buck.
And on the plane that's up there?
Okay. We're trying this on a little bit higher ground again to see if that helps our connection. So we'll just show you one more roll. Yahtzee, the rules.
Yep.
Okay. All right, so we're on the next roll, and we have 4 4s, which if you know Yahtzee, 5 of anything is a Yahtzee. So let's see if Josh, on his 3rd and final roll, can get a Yahtzee. And so he'll record that on the top. So 16 points, and you can see it's really easy to see, and then everyone can check in as they're rolling what they still need to get, what's done, and then kind of compare scores, and then you total at the bottom, and of course the person with the highest score wins. So the Yahtzee dice are made from a 4x4 with wood burning dots in the corner. So you can also purchase them on Amazon, and wooden dice. You can see that using these on cement has kind of beat them up a little bit, but we tried on grass and it was too uncertain as to which number it was. So you can purchase them. You can also make them by cutting a 4x4 into equal 4-inch sections and then using a wood burner to create the dots. And there's actually lots of places you can buy them now. So you just need 5, and then you can find the instructions. So I put the link to how to make these in the top, and you can go ahead and check there if you want to find out how to make them, or I put the Amazon link where you can purchase them. So all right, we're going to head over and we're going to check out the washer toss game. Looks like a little thief has taken our washers. We've got some little ones running around. So let's go over and look at the bean bags, and then we will, oh, here come the washers.
Found them.
There you go.
Okay, so you just need some basic washers for this game. You can spray paint them 2 different colors. You can also buy the whole game. And then you just need a box of some sort to throw them in. Ours has 2 areas that they can get in. The larger one usually is worth 1 point. The smaller one is usually worth 3 points, and you play to a determined amount, say 15 or 21 usually. And then this is a game that you can decide, and there are different rules, whereas if you don't hit the number exactly, like if you were to go over, that you would go back to a certain predetermined number, or you would go ahead, like beanbags if you're familiar with that. So depending on who we're playing with, whether it's younger kids or adults, usually determines sometimes what rules we play by. So you can also set these a different distance apart, and each person takes a turn throwing, and then you can add up the score and go with it. This is also a game where you would use subtraction from the score, like his points cancel out his points. If they both were to get a 1, which he missed, almost. All right, so then we come here and we just take the score, and looks like there's 2 pink ones. So whoever's pink gets 2 points, and so max is 2 points, and then you would throw again. Okay, so let's do one more round. Oh. Yay. Okay, so in this case, usually we would say these points cancel each other out, and so no points were scored during this round. With younger kids, usually we play all points count, whereas they would each get 1 more point going towards the total. With adults, we definitely play where the points cancel each other out and go from there. So, all right, let's head over here to the golf. We call it a golf ball toss. I've also seen it called like a ladder toss, because the game looks like a ladder, and you have partners for this game, and then you stand 1 person on each side. So it looks like they're playing couples here, where we have Ellen and Josh versus Mom and Dad. And they're each a color, and then you throw. The bottom rung is worth 1 point, 2 in the middle, 3 on the top. Points cancel each other out. And then we have played that you go to 15, but if you don't get it exactly on the 15, you have to go back to 8 points. So if you accidentally get a 3, when you only need 1 point, then you would go back. So this is 1 point then for the white team on this one.
Can be homemade or purchased.
Yeah, and you can buy these in most places, and you can also make them yourself. So ours is made from PCV pipe, glued together, also held together with some tape as it started to get loose, and drilled golf balls. I also saw on Amazon that you can just buy the balls. So if you want to just purchase these on strings, actually Amazon sells just the golf balls, and you can make the PCV part yourself, which would be a good combination of homemade and purchased, because this is the more difficult part.
And how did you get these, Fred?
Spray paint.
Yep, spray paint.
Okay, let's see the next round. Yes.
Lucky toss.
Oh,
Hey!
Oh.
Reject.
Oh.
Don't hit the cameraman.
Oh, nice one.
Yes.
Bounce-a-roo.
Go.
Oh,
Good one.
all right, so just for scoring, these are worth 3 points each, but this one is worth 2. So red were to get 6 points minus the 2 points that the white team got, so red team would get 4 points for this round. And then they're heading towards 15 as their total. So we'll do one more round over here, and then we'll go check out the beanbag game.
I go first.
Oh, right through it.
This side bounce a bit.
Come on, confident.
Oh, Team Red.
Oh, nice, Mom.
You couldn't do that yesterday.
Oh, get down, get down.
I was sandbagging you.
Oh. So on this round, the white team would have gotten 3 points. The red team scored 1, which if you subtract, then the white team adds 2 points to their score. And so that would be the total on there. So there you go. And we'll go over and show off the beanbags.
Have you shown the Hong Kong food fight?
No, we did at the beginning. I'll show it again. Can you do a share quick the timeline? Yeah. Okay. All right. So our last and probably my favorite game of all of them is beanbag. Again, the scoring is very similar to what you just did, where you subtract as you go, and you're trying to get to, I think the professional score is 21. We usually play to 15 just to make the games go quicker, since in our Family Olympics we're trying to do many games. So with a partner, you would stand, do we have a partner for these guys?
Yes.
You and your partner stand on opposite sides, and one of you throws, so these guys are partners then with, well, they don't want partners with each other, do they? So Max, you're partners with Grandpa, and Josh, you're partners with Jack. So Jack will throw, and then Josh will throw them back. We've got these closer together, since the little ones are playing, but you would want to spread them out farther.
Good job, buddy.
1 point for on the board, 3 points for in the hole is how we've scored it. You can buy or make the bags. If you make the bags, you want to make sure you weigh the beans or the corn so that they're all the same weight. The first set I made were all uneven, and my brothers wouldn't even play with them because they would throw differently. So you can make the boards and buy the bags, or shirts. Oh, one more. Okay, so the score of this round would be blue 3, green 2, which when you subtract means blue would get 1 point. Okay, so heading towards 15, blue's up 1, and then blue tosses back to the other side. I mean, blue and green both toss back. So collect your bags, and then you just throw them back.
Good luck.
This is a very shortened game here. We've pushed them close together. Oh, blue's knocked in.
Say, Grandpa. Nice.
Winner.
All right, so we have a lot of score here. Blue has 3 points of ones and 2 points each. These are going to cancel each other out because they both went in. So you'd have, again, 1 point for blue. So blue is winning at the moment. So for those of you who are just stopping by or are new, I'll show you again our game board that we've created when we play these games. But we have a whole sort of weekend of games, and we've created like the grid where every team plays every team. There's 5 teams, my parents, 4 kids, and our spouses. So for the golf toss, which we just did, we would each play everyone the large Jenga, Bocce Ball, which we'll show you in a minute. I think the game's right inside the door. We didn't get to this one, the Yahtzee, which we showed you with the wooden dice, and the beanbag game. So everyone plays everyone, and this year, Brian and I were the winners. So it's been 8 years since we actually won. My handy cameraman and me were able to win. So, and then we have the kids games, which is the Kerplunk game that we showed you here. Carpet ball, which we can go ahead and show you on the pool deck, and then the washer toss. In addition to a sponge race, like your classic fill up the sponge, run, dump, squeeze out the water, try to fill the bucket. The kids had to do some biking as well. And then we did ice chunks, which is you freeze ice in layers with prizes or little toys or money in the layers, and then they have to hammer it and get the stuff out. So that's a good 20-30 minutes of entertainment for the little ones, and is really a fun game. So let's go we'll do carpet ball, and then we'll show you our last game of bocce ball. And maybe I'll show off our t-shirts as well. So this year, for the first time, we made team t-shirts matching with our partners, and we did all the fronts that said the Schraderville game, and then the backs, you and your team. Okay, so carpet ball. This one is definitely more involved. You can't buy this on Amazon. You have to have someone kind of handy. The instructions and dimensions can all be found online. My brother built this a long time ago when he was in high school. It's seen a lot of wear and tear. It's been sitting out. Our table needs to be recovered with fake turf so it rides smoothly. But essentially you use pool balls, and each side has 5 balls. And then the point is that the cue ball is rolled, and you try to be the first one, dead eye, to knock the other team's balls in. Yikes. might get skunked here. All right.
Skunk, you say?
Almost. I think he let me win. Okay, so that's this game. The balls go into the compartment here, and that's really easy. So, yeah, we have Bocce Ball here for our final little game that we're going to show off. These are sets that we did not make because it's made from a solid stone ball, which would be very hard to carve yourself. So we have usually 4 people play, 2 teams, like 2 on the red side, 2 on the black team. You have a little white ball that you would throw, and then the goal is to get as close to that white ball as possible. Family rules of ours include not throwing the white ball farther than the weakest person, which is usually me, can throw the ball. So again, if you're playing with kids, you want to be really aware that you keep the white ball within a reasonable distance for throwing. Looks like the black team is doing awesome on that throw. And everyone gets 2 chances to get as close as they can.
Oh.
And then you would go and look which ball is the closest. And then that team gets to throw the white ball.
Jack.
Good job, buddy.
Yeah.
That team
There you
gets
go.
to throw the white ball again. So, Jack, why don't you give it a toss?
There you go, Max.
Here, buddy.
I'll go first.
Okay.
Mom mentioned it.
Here go every other team.
All right, Jack.
Right now we're winning. Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, you're on fire tonight. Good throw, Max. Oh, knock, knock,
Team
knock.
red.
Oh! Knock me closer.
A little bit.
Go through that one?
Jack again.
Jack again.
All right, buddy.
One
Good
more
job.
thing my parents wanted me to show off while we were here is something they've done for us to be able to watch outside movies every summer, which is just put a king-size flat sheet straight on the house. Now, one thing I want to point out is that my parents have a log home, which means it's just staple gun to the wall. So your house made of siding or other things you don't want staple guns in, you'd have to figure out how to tape. But you might be able to duct tape a sheet to the wall, and then you just need to have a small projector, and we project the movie right on the side of our house, and then just do like our own little drive-in movie theater right in the front yard. So that's a great way to be able to include everybody in a sort of drive-in experience without having the super late nights, or if you don't have a drive-in movie theater near you. So that's great. So anyway, as we close, I just want to show off again our team t-shirts. So this year we did matching shirts with each of the couples, and I think our plan is that we're going to keep the shirts, and then each year, if you win, you get to like put the year that you won or something on. So Brian and I both have the same color. The front's the same. The back we designed ourselves. And because we live in Hong Kong, we did English on one side or the Chinese, and then this is the English translation. And it doesn't really mean anything. It's just fun. The old cartoon Hong Kong Phooey, and then there's 5 of us in our family. So we looked this up on Google Translate. If you read Chinese, which I don't, the only character I know is really accurate is the 5. Because my 7-year-old who's taking Chinese can do that. And I don't think Phooey is really a word at all in Hong Kong, or in Chinese, so there's probably actually no translation for that. But this is the characters for Hong Kong and 5, and then this is what Google Translate came up for Phooey. So this was a fun afternoon activity. We just used Sharpies and fabric paint. You can see he's getting out as fast as possible. We just use fabric paint and Sharpies to create these, and so they should be able to wash and just use from year to year. My sister and I also talked about printing some vinyl, cutting some vinyl that said the Schraderville game, so maybe we'll update at some point if we get some vinyl. So anyway, that's it for tonight. I hope you enjoyed our games. We had fun showing you them, and I'm really sorry about the connection issues, but hopefully you save this to your timeline so you can come back and you can fast forward through those issues, and you can check out all of the great links that I've provided, as well as some of the basic rules to each of the games. So if you have any questions or comments, go ahead and leave those, and I'll get back to you as soon as I'm done here and can check in on the computer. So thanks a lot. Have a great week. Hope you're having a good holiday week, and we'll see you later.